Hey guys, Flabaliki here today and welcome back to Cities Skylines. Today we're going to be trying to place the Sydney Harbour Bridge, which is an awesome asset that was created by Bad Peanut on the workshop. We're going to try and place it. I say try because it was suggested that we should replace this bridge here with it, but it's not really going to fit in that location. So I was thinking that, well, first of all, it's going to we're trying to retroactively fit this bridge into something that already exists, so it could get messy real quick. I was thinking around here is probably the best location. Obviously, we're going to have to move some of that stuff. But like if we put it here, the road is still near enough this highway over there. And then you got also the sort of curve of the bridge approach on that side. So it should hopefully work-ish. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm going to see if we can put it in. I think I'll go, if I get to like, the thing is, it's still very high. I think we have to do it further down, maybe like here. Oh, that might be good. The river is pretty big though, is the issue. We might have to reduce the size of it. I think, you know what, maybe, so if I place it here, let's have a look. Obviously, this is a, oh, look at this thing, this is awesome. So if we put it there, obviously this is all part of the land, so we're going to have to adjust that. We might even move the river back this way, so just bring it in a bit. I was just seeing sort of what we end up with. Obviously, we have to adjust all this section through here. Oh, I always forget about bloody prop and tree anarchy, don't I? Every single time as well. So let's remove all these guys out of the way. And then the thing is, the awesome thing about this is like, look how many networks are on this bridge. We've got like the sort of bus lane, all these other roads, we've got the train line. Like this is basically, well, not basically, it is like a really good recreation of the actual bridge that I drive over quite a lot, actually. So whether or not we can get this to work nicely over here, actually it probably should. We should be able to do it. Probably just going to have to wreck a lot of this place. So we'll see how we go. So what I'm thinking is, number one, we're going to have to, let's just start working on this river. We'll adjust it. This is really not the recommended way to do this. Probably, if you guys are going to play with this bridge, do like the placement and all that stuff, you know, before you try to fit it in, because like this is not ideal. I think I want this mostly water under here, under the bridge. So if we reduce the size of this island that was there, I liked it, and we were deciding to keep it last time, but I think just for the sake of this bridge, and also that there obviously will adjust. The cool thing about it is because we've got the sort of train line on it, we're obviously going to move the high-speed rail line, so they'll actually have to come down and around, so we'll have to go further away from the destination, but it should be okay. Like, it's high-speed rail, we're going to have to basically bring it down like this and then up and around. So it's a further distance, but the bridge is cooler. Like, let's be honest, it's much cooler. So I'm going to remove all this. The land is going to be messy, the water is going to be all over the place, but it should be pretty cool. I guess for now what I might do, well, not for now. This whole episode is going to be bridge building, bridge placing. I'm going to remove one of these stops. That's not the subway. I'm going to remove... Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll go over here. I'll remove that one. And then I'll remove this one. So then it should hopefully just now terminate there. Yeah, cool. And we might just end up getting rid of this subway altogether. Just because this whole area is about to change. So like... We got these columns coming through here, so it's fine. We can have roads underneath. We're just going to probably raise it up to that height. So let's see what we can do. I'm going to actually select all of this and just raise it up to where those columns are, because they're actually placed in a pretty good location. Is that? Oh, you know what? I don't think these move up. Oh, because most of it is like terrain editing, so we'll have to do the terrain. Obviously, this road will have to adjust a bit. So basically, we need it to be about that height there. Look at this. This like fits almost perfectly between the bridge underneath, which is actually kind of cool. Obviously, you have to adjust all this road here as well. Look, there's quite a few things, but that's okay. So I'm going to select some of this guy. We're going to move all this up because it needs to go up as well. Plus, this whole train line here is getting flooded anyway, so it's probably for the best that we do that. Select that. So all of this is going to start raising up. Probably through there. And then we're going to go height. We'll set it to this road because that seems to be about the place we want it anyway. That actually fits quite well underneath. At this point, I realized it was going to take a while, so I decided to actually just time-lapse it. I knew it was going to take a long time, the whole time, but I was going to be like, oh, let's just do a live build of plugging it in. But it was a lot more tedious than I would have wanted it to be. Like, it would be fine, like I said, if we built this from scratch, like, and we didn't have the existing area everywhere. But because there was a lot of trying to retroactively plug this into everything, it turned out to be a lot easier for me to just, you know, time lapse it, because there was so much. Like, you can see a lot of the move it stuff as well, where I'm just like sort of moving a few buildings up just to get them to fit in. And there's like a lot of terrain editing. There's a lot of this sort of tedious stuff that I was like, you know what, this will probably just look better and feel better for a time lapse anyway, and we can see it all take shape. It's all getting plugged in, and it's gonna just be better all round. If it was like, I was like, maybe it'll take like 20 minutes or something. Then I was like, let's do it live, but we'll do it live, but we decided not to. Anyway, I think the place that the bridge is in the end is actually quite good, because I think if it was further up the river, it didn't quite fit. We'd have to narrow the river quite a lot, and we did narrow it here as well, but I think it didn't make so much of an impact down here, because it's closer to the sea level, and I think it probably is sea level around here, so changing the sort of width and all that, it's not really breaking it and flooding everything, which is good. I mean, obviously things are getting flooded because we're doing so much moving around of stuff. And like, I'm rebuilding a lot of this area. Like you can see here, this is where I was talking about, where it's just like a lot of move it, adjusting the height. It all just needs to come up just a little bit, just to sort of all fit in appropriately. And I said, like I said, I've rebuilt like quite a lot of this little area here with all the roads around the logging camps. And I definitely want to come back to this area underneath the bridge and around the bridge and probably improve it some more, because now that we got like a really good connection here, it might actually be worth our time developing this space, because we got this huge highway coming directly into it. It's mostly just a bridge that connects the industrial area to the exit of the city. Actually, it's not even the exit of the city, is it? It's like the entrance, I think. I don't think there is an exit point here, is there? I think we just had the in and there was no out for some reason. So it was all just like a task of reconnecting all the existing roads, connecting the new roads to the existing network, and getting it all to make sense and also look good at the same time, because the bridge looks really good. So I feel like my connections to it also had to look good. I did my best, but it was it's very hard to put this in a place that it wasn't designed for. I can tell you that much. So you can see like just getting the roads back underneath here. It sort of all flows underneath the bridge. Yeah, so this whole area is around the logging camp, which it was able to be placed in quite well. I think this area needs trees though. Like, it looks very barren without it. We go back to just live gameplay around about 13 minutes into this video, but I don't do any trees or anything in that area. We're sort of just still finishing off the bridge, and so I'm sort of just showing you around and all that. I think we do the high-speed rail connection. Yeah, I think that's what we do. So this area, we originally had this road bridging over the main road, which now just goes underneath because it makes more sense, because that main road's going up, so then we don't need to bridge it. And so it just goes directly underneath, and the whole logging area is still sort of separate, because we wanted this whole logging camp, because it has a lot of traffic through it, to be separate from the main road, because the main road was like our main highway connection. So we're trying to keep that all separate from interfering with that, so that can all flow along. And you can see just how much traffic is going in that logging area. So we're trying to keep that all separate. Now, this is where we start trying to connect this baby up. And it becomes a little bit of a challenge, because you can see you have all the separate networks. You have like the 4-lane one-way highway, you have the 2-lane one-way highway, and then the 2-lane with the bus lane and just the regular lane, and then also the train line. And then there are actually pedestrian paths on both sides of the bridge as well. I didn't connect those up at all. I mentioned later on, I was like, I don't think there's really any reason for us to do that. It would probably just be more difficult and probably more time consuming than it may be worth for us to even connect it up, just because I don't think anyone's going to walk across this bridge. It doesn't go anywhere for pedestrians. So I decided to probably just give that a miss. Anyway, in the meantime, I was trying to figure out how to do this the best way possible. I decided to actually do the terrain first and then build all the roads on top of it. So you can see I'm trying to keep them close together, and then we sort of peel them away from each other. They go to different locations that I think might be useful. And the 4-lane sort of highway sort of just connects almost directly up, and then the other 2 lanes sort of separate out and go to different locations, just to try and spread out the amount of traffic that we're going to have going across this bridge, because obviously we want this to replace the existing bridge, which is already quite busy for the industrial area. It also sort of serves the city space too, so we want it to continue on from there. I might even at some point connect this 4-lane road directly up to the downtown city area, like sort of have it continue on. But for now, it just goes directly there and it doesn't do anything else special. And then the other lanes sort of come around. This one, I think the 2-lane one, I connect up to the next intersection. And then I actually use the bus lane one and connect it a little further down. So it's like there's another, because these are the 2 entrance lanes. So then I sort of connect this entrance closer to the downtown area. Not like directly there, but pretty closer than the other one anyway. So you can see it sort of like peels off and goes away there. And I think this area could also use some trees, because just having random roads like this and highway connections, I think looks a little weird. So I kind of want to change that up and make it look a little bit nicer. But this is more about just getting it all functional. Then we can make it all look good a little bit later on. So you can see that sort of coming in here and it sort of curves up around the bridge. Now, like I said, I try to make it as smooth as possible, but this is City Skylines. There's only so much you can do, really. It's a little bit bumpy here and there if you look at it at the wrong angle. But I think for the most part, if you're looking at it from up above where you normally play the game, it looks pretty good. So I'm pretty happy with that regardless. So yeah, I'm continuing the high-speed rail here. I figured that was like actually a really easy way to connect it up to the existing line. I was like, that actually lines up really, really well. We do have a really big, I guess, extension to the high-speed rail. And I think I spoke about before too, where it sort of has to detour a little bit further around now, but this connection worked out really well. So I was quite happy with that. I was like, sweet, that'll work just fine. I didn't want it to tunnel there because I felt like there was almost no point, because it's such a short little run. It might as well just be on top of it. Like they'd cut out the sort of cliff, and then I just like smooth it all out a little bit, make it look like it makes a bit more sense. And it actually works quite well. So I was quite happy with that one. Now I was also hoping that this bridge is actually used appropriately, because it is so much further away from where the existing bridge is. I was wondering if people will use this or if they will go ahead and use the other bridge through the city area, which I don't want them to. So I'm hoping they use this. Now, actually, this side of the bridge took me so long to do because it's way, way different. It is like, it's very high up and it's in a small space, and it took me ages to figure out what I wanted to do here. I was initially recording it, and I was going to try and do these curves coming down like this and join up to that road there. But because there are, like I said, 4 individual networks, trying to get them to do this was pretty difficult. I think there is a way, and I bet you there is a way to do this. And I probably just didn't read properly with movie. I bet you can like place these all easily. Also, probably that parallel road mod that used to exist. I don't know if that's still around. Anyway, I did it the old-fashioned way. I'm an old school person that doesn't play by the rules or read instructions. So feel free to have a go at me for that. Anyway, I spent ages doing this, and then I decided to completely change how I was doing it anyway to make it a little bit easier on myself. And we'll jump into the live gameplay in a second, and you'll see that there, what I've done. But that's pretty much it for this time lapse. Just getting most of the bridge work done. Now let's have a look at it in game. So this is where I've gotten up to so far. I've just been messing around with this for so long. So we've obviously got all the connections on this side of the bridge over on the, I guess, the industrial side here. We've got the sort of on ramps, I guess, or the connections. One over here that sort of goes a little bit further this way, so it's a little bit more direct for the city. So they sort of come through this way, then they can kind of almost directly get on. I might even change that. And that sort of comes up this way. Then the other one is more for the industrial area, so this whole area can jump on the highway there. And then the all the off lanes come directly down here and connect up to this intersection, and you just go from there. So not as convenient if you're heading into the city, but it's still pretty close to the existing bridge. And obviously we'll remove this once this has been built, I'm thinking. So that's there. And then the high-speed rail is pretty easy to connect. We just connected it straight through that way. Around the other side has been a little bit more challenging because it is quite high up, even though we have a lot of room. I was trying to originally do some curves and it just wasn't working. It's still quite steep, but you know, we're sort of working with what we got. Ooh, what is going on here? I didn't actually realize that this was so janky. I might be able to... Yeah, there we go. That's already better. It's still like not perfect, but it's definitely better than what it was. If I maybe move that out a little bit. I don't know. Anyway, it still is a lot of fiddling and all that. So anyway, we come down this way. These two are coming straight along. So this bus lane and single lane one sort of come around to the left, and then the other one goes around to the right. And then that sort of joins up to the existing highway road here. Basically, you sort of jump on the highway here. The 4 lanes go ahead. 2 of them continue forward and continue on the sort of coastal road, and 2 of them peel off to the right and go up. Likewise, the other way around, 2 of them go off to the left up to the bridge, and then 1 lane actually goes forward and continues down that way. So the existing connection is still there. We sort of just plugged in all of these roads into the highway. It's a little messy, but I think it's a good start. It obviously needs to be sort of refined, and I think especially if we develop this area a little bit, maybe make it a little bit industrial, because I mean that's all what it is. Then underneath the bridge, I spent a lot of time sort of bringing that all up to scratch to sort of fit the new area. I need to fix that, obviously. A lot of stuff still to do, but I thought we'd have a look at the high-speed rail on this side, because it is not connected yet. We also do have the pedestrian paths that are not connected. I'm not really sure what I'll do with those, if anything, because to be honest, I don't know that they're really going to be useful, because we're kind of in the middle of nowhere for pedestrians, so it might not really work. Now, we've got the high-speed rail that comes around this way, so I'm thinking from that point, we probably just tunnel it directly down here and sort of come out here somewhere, which might be interesting to try and achieve. So, I'm going to basically remove that, like, that tunnel there. Get rid of, I guess that almost, it's curving the wrong way at that point. So, we're going to go from here, and then really, like I said, probably just tunnel all the way to here. I'll make this at minus... Because we got a curve to this point here. Maybe actually if we come to here, then we can do a big sort of curve. It'll have to slow down quite a lot, obviously, but we'll get to that. You know, we'll figure that out when we get to it. So I'm going to do it flat, which actually did not do what I wanted. Because every other time I've clicked the flat button, it hasn't done that. It normally just... Okay. How come every other time, like over here, I was trying to do it flat and it built tunnels for me over here? I was just like, yeah, nah. Anyway, that's kind of what I want, but obviously mostly tunneled. We might be able to just upgrade that actually to tunnels. Let's see if it will let me do it. So if I go like here... Oh, fantastic. Yes, that's working exactly how I wanted it to. Oh, there we go. Hang on. That actually might work. Yeah, there we go. That's good. Okay. This is kind of hard to see. It's also hard for me to do, but whatever. So this is going to come all the way through. Now this part can probably be open. We might do a bridge there. Might look quite nice. Then through here, we'll tunnel it again. That's actually in the open once more. That's probably fine. So now what we've got to do is got to, you know, preferably jump out of this view. There we go. And then we're going to go elevate these sections. So it's not just weirdly on the ground. That goes straight through there. Comes down this way. Looking pretty good, actually. Surprisingly. So we come out this way. Now we got to do a turn here. Obviously, this will have to slow down a lot for it to be able to do this smoothly and, you know, nicely. So we'll figure that out in a second. So that's going to go from there to... Let's have a look. This basically goes to that point. You know, I wonder if it's easier to do it the other way. I wonder if we should go a bit further back. Maybe like to there might be better. I don't know. This is what doing this whole bridge has been like. It's just like, I don't know. Let's try it and find out. Okay. It's roughly about here somewhere. If we go like that and then do a smooth slope and do that. There you go, that works. I think that looks pretty good as far as the curve goes. Obviously, we'll slow it down a lot and then it'll sort of come around. I have destroyed my power lines though, so I do have to fix those. So we'll come underneath. Actually, that works fine. Cool. All right, so that does that. Now, that's all connected. The high-speed rail does connect all the way around there. It is a big detour compared to what we had before where it just did that. It has this whole section there. But I think it will probably be worth it because it'll be really cool to use the bridge. Because it would be really cool. So we need to do a speed limit on that because that is a very tight turn and it's not going to be unlimited. I think I might even go down to like 50 kilometers. Nah, it could probably go 60. 60 is pretty slow. So we'll do that. We'll have to start slowing down before then. Maybe even we'll go like 70 here. So it doesn't go like whip round the corner real fast. There we go, 60, 60. And then as it straightens up, yeah, just go fly across the bridge. Then over here, again, it does get a little tight. There is actually a speed limit of 110 and actually 80 set across the bridge. So it does actually slow down already and then sort of speeds up there again. Actually, that's probably fine. So what I'm going to do is delete this rail currently, just because it's ugly. We'll keep the bridge for now, because I just want to see what we're going to end up with, to be honest, because I don't know, this could have been a huge mistake. Now, where does the rail go? It goes here. I'm thinking if I could grab it, I could probably reset it. Or it might just sort of find itself, hopefully. Find yourself, It's not finding itself. Okay, the camera's all over the place too. If I could grab it, I would. It won't let me grab it. Because it should all be connected, unless I did some weird funky stuff. That didn't, it looks connected to me. It's pretty good. So I was just hoping that it would, oh, there we go. Wait, it's got one way, but not the other. One way. Oh, there we go. Now let's figure out the other way. Okay, now we're going to find out where a train is. Because I would like to see it go over that. Alright, train. So this whole episode, in case you didn't know, has been bridge building. Okay, so we've got a train here, all the way at that side. We've got a train. Which way is this going? It's going towards the bridge. It is. And we've got one. These are all really close together, actually. Why are these so close? These are all like... What has happened to my spacing? There's one there, and then there was like another one just here somewhere. I don't know if I can see it. I don't know, whatever. Anyway. I lost it now. Help. Help. I don't know where it is. I lost it. Where'd it go? It was like just there and I was making fun of it. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make fun of it. There's another one there, which I think is the one after it. Damn it. I'm so good at this. Alright, hey, high-speed rail. The one furthest ahead is this one. There it is. Okay, can we get out of this like view? There we go. Alright, so it's going to come through here. They're nice and fast all through this area. This is the new area. And you can hear it slowing down there, which is good. You know what? 60 is probably too slow. This is like a crawl. This feels like we're not even moving. I might put that up to 80 just so it matches the bridge. Okay, 60 is too slow. It's good to know. That's why we test these things. Then it comes across the bridge. We have some cars using the bridge. This bridge will become more popular when we get rid of that one. This is a crawl. I need a... let me change that. Okay, you know, I was like 60 kilometers an hour. That's pretty fast, yeah? No, it is not. Believe it or not. Okay, so we're going to come in here. Go 80. Should be good. There we go. It's not a huge amount faster, but the 80 is like the speed of the bridge, at least when it gets up to this point here as it sort of splits around the thing. I guess that's 110 at this point. Anyway, whatever. There's a lot of different speed limits here. Okay, so train. Let's go. This actually might look better if we go... Oh, hang on. First person camera. We want to go above it. So ground distance, translation Y offset. Oh, actually, it might be this one if we move it. I think I'd move that down. So if I go to 0. Oh, that's moving us forward. Right, okay. Well, that's fine. That's good too. So if I move forward a little bit more. That should be good. Nope. More than that. Sorry, this is just like a little bit of a fiddle. Okay, 3. How far forward does this need to go? Apparently a lot more than that. 7. Still got the train there, but whatever. Alright, so this is real-time speed, not fast forwarding. It's pretty... This is definitely faster than what it appears like on the actual bridge. I feel like... Oh, you know... Oh. Nah, I don't think that scales... That's pretty damn fast. They go pretty slow across the bridge. Okay, coming down and around. So this is still speed limited. Now it's speeding up. And I'll go the full speed onto the high-speed trail track here. There you go. Accelerating. Foo-ah. Jesus, that's going real fast through here. Oh, gosh. Look at how wavy the track is. That's just how the game, like... I don't know. The game makes the track wave. All right, so that's gone into there. That's pretty good. That works really, really nicely. Here's the next one. Yeah, these trains are really close together, and I'm not really sure why. Now, obviously, these have stopped working because they've removed the power. Down here appears to be functioning still with trains. Because I had to rebuild a lot of these roads, obviously, down the bottom. That looks all pretty good to me. There's definitely people using my bridge. I've added a lot more lanes here. This used to just be a single lane. But now that we have a set of lights, I wanted people to be able to go where they needed to. So they all sort of go into their lanes and all that. Actually, you know what? These both go at the same time, don't they? Or do they not? So this goes... And then, I think these guys go maybe. Hello? There you go. There's actually quite a lot of people using this little section, which is good. I guess because it sort of joins up to the oil industry directly. Alright, let's look, I'm not going to completely destroy the bridge because in case we need it for whatever reason, I'm just going to destroy a bit of it. Just this is the testing phase. We are testing the bridge. There's now, the problem is, I don't know if it's going to, what if we force everyone, the AI is like, oh, we better use this way and come this way. I'm hoping they go this way. That's the goal. I guess we can ban industrial vehicles over there if we need to. All right, so now they got this bridge. This should become a lot more popular, right? In theory. If we have a look, traffic, there, good. Coming down that way. I like it. I like it. Now traffic going the other way. Can I just click on? I can't click on the whole bridge. Oh wait, it does show everything. That's really good. Nice. All right, so there we go. So we can see how the bridge is being used. We got the high-speed rail coming through. Everyone is using, well, not everyone, a lot of people are using it to go down this road here, and it connects up to this road here as well, which is nice. I am wondering about this whole industrial area now. If people have now diverted through the city, or if they're using the bridge instead. Because the bridge is pretty, I mean, to be fair, look, there's a lot of people that are planning to use it. So I think we're doing good. I don't know what's going on there. Because I did do a bunch of lane management here, so they don't do that. I think it's just the way the roads are merged together. They are, like you can see, I've sort of merged them how I want. They can change lanes here and there so they can get where they need to go. I did even do a U-turn lane there. So for whatever reason, someone needed a U-turn, like that guy, so they can come down this way and go around. For whatever reason. I don't know, they might need to. Now this is, okay, this is going way slow. I didn't actually set the speed limit here. It should be 80. I'm going to do that real quick. All of this can be set as 80. And all of these as well. A little slow. That was my mistake. So those roads are 100. That's fine. And then these sort of dirtier, crappier roads are 80. And then this sort of coastal road here that connects the oil rigs, that is just 40 because that's purely just to connect up to these guys to commute there. So that's what those are there for. And I'm thinking we could put some other stuff there as well. All right. This is literally an episode about the bridge because there's not really anything else I'm going to do because this took so long. I guess I apologize for that, but also it's pretty cool. Let's be honest. We need to move these. This the whole water, the way we've changed it. I guess we could actually, instead of having them, we could just put them here. That'd probably make sense, wouldn't it? I might move those later. All right, well, there's the bridge. It is in place. It's looking pretty good. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching and have an awesome day.